Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Donna Villa coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. Following the appalling discovery of the mass graves of over 200 indigenous students at what was once the biggest residential school in Canada, the Canadian Catholic bishops have issued a statement expressing sorrow and shock. The remains of the 215 indigenous children were found on the premises of the now-defunct Kamloops Indian Residential School in a reserve for indigenous people. The bishop said the truth should be brought to light in order to honor the dignity of the deceased children. They also pledged to walk with indigenous people, seeking greater healing and reconciliation for the future, and prayed for the souls of the deceased children. Between 1831 and 1996, the Canadian government forcibly enrolled thousands of children from reserves in residential schools run by churches to assimilate them in the Western way of life. Pope Francis has reformed penal sanctions in Book 6 of the Code of Canon Law by issuing an Apostolic Constitution, Pascite Gregem Dei, on May 23rd. The new text containing the reforms was presented at the Holy See Press Office on Tuesday, June 1st, and enters into force on December 8th. It is a modification of the penal discipline promulgated by Pope St. John Paul II in 1983. The new provisions help pastors use it as a more agile, salvific, and corrective tool, especially while dealing with clerical sex abuse cases and abuse of minors. The Holy Father said that those who commit a crime require correction as well as mercy. The new text introduces changes to the law and imposes sanctions on new offenses. Efforts to reform penal provisions began in 2017 under Pope Benedict XVI. Law professors from top U.S. universities have urged the government to intervene in the case of Finnish lawmaker facing prosecution for her views on marriage and sexuality. In an open letter, the law professors from Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and other institutions appealed to the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom to exert pressure on the State Department to sanction Finland's Prosecutor General for slapping criminal charges on Member of Parliament Päivi Räsänen. Räsänen faces up to 6 years imprisonment for inciting hatred by expressing biblical views on marriage and sexuality. The legal expert said the decision to prosecute Räsänen violated human rights and the actions of the Prosecutor General met the standards of the Global Magnitsky Act. The act allows sanctions on foreign officials accused of severe rights violations.